Back in May of this year, FITSNews reported on a U.S. Food and Drug Administration investigation at Nephron Pharmaceuticals, a crony capitalist facility in West Columbia, South Carolina, which has received millions of dollars from South Carolina taxpayers over the years due to its founders' close relationships with Palmetto politicians, most notably former Governor Nikki Haley. Now, as we reported back in May, this investigation led to a recall of multiple drug lines at Nephron, millions of doses of drugs. Has the situation improved? Not according to a letter that was sent to Nephron within the last few weeks by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Again, I'm holding a copy of that letter dated October 21, 2022. We got it right here. Warning letter from the FDA to Nephron. And folks, this is some strong language. This company was literally just taken out to the woodshed by the FDA. And I wanted to read some excerpts from this letter dated again October 21, 2022. It cites, and I quote, "serious deficiencies in your practices for producing drug products intended or expected to be sterile, which put patients at risk. Based on this inspection," the report continues, "it appears you produce drugs that violate the FDCA," that's the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, which regulates Nephron and other drug companies in the United States. Now, within this report, multiple allegations of failures on the part of Nephron. I want to just cite a few of them. Failure to establish an adequate system for monitoring environmental conditions, failure to conduct appropriate laboratory testing, failure to thoroughly investigate any unexplained discrepancies related to botched batches of medicines, failure to establish and follow appropriate written procedures designed to prevent microbiological contamination of drug products, and a failure to maintain written production control and distribution records. Now, according to the FDA, and I quote, this is very important, quote, "there's a lack of assurance that your firm can aseptically produce drug products within your facility. And furthermore, drug products intended or expected to be sterile were prepared, packed, or held under insanitary conditions, whereby they may have become contaminated with filth or rendered injurious to public health." Again, all this from a company which just a few months ago had to recall millions of doses of its drugs. Now, what does the FDA want Nephron to do? According to the letter, the agency, quote, "strongly recommends that your management undertake a comprehensive assessment of operations, including facility design, procedures, personnel, processes, maintenance, materials, and systems." It further adds that failure to adequately address any violations may result in legal action without further notice, including without limitation, seizure, and injunctions. So just an incredibly harsh, incredibly frank, incredibly detailed critique of Nephron and its operations there in West Columbia. I do want to point something out. While this news outlet was busy last May digging into these issues at Nephron, detailing them, providing our readers with information about the problems which have now been laid to bear, brought to the fore in this report, the mainstream media was busy writing puff pieces about this company, which again has been a crony capitalist favorite in the state. The press love them, the politicians love them, but folks, they can't do the job. They can't do the job. They're not doing the job. And unfortunately, this is not just a loss for the people who purchase these drugs, folks. It's worse than that. Again, this is a company that taxpayers have shelled out millions of dollars to. This is a company whose leaders sit on the board of the State Chamber of Commerce, who, again, are responsible for all these failed crony capitalist deals. Again, look at the proof. Look at the proof of their performance, folks. That's all I ask you to do. And again, when you pick a news outlet, try to choose the one that's trying to hold these companies accountable, not the one performing journalistic fellatio on them.